This is Floridian Ralo coming at you with a pre-recorded live video. So, all for P777 had some words for Nugrill. That's right. So, without further ado, I'm gonna play this clip.
Run around sending out emails you see that got spyware and worms you see that go in and take people's identities. Stealing people's information you see. Not chosen for a fucking thing. Just going through other people's personal property. And then acting like it comes from you, boo. And because y'all know how to play on that computer and you so quick to tell everybody what your Wichita can do. I mean, that.
She's right on point. Which goes to show you that your Wichita used one of Nugrill's channels. And now he's no longer allegedly, supposedly around. He's in the background doing things that will come out eventually in due time. Because she was on Nugrill's channel and also on his platform. And they try to get her to help out with certain things with personal information. And once she perceived to see something wasn't right, that's why she's speaking out on it. Let's continue.
At the end of the fucking day, you on the internet telling everything, B. I mean, I remember the first time I gave you $100 donation, you should have seen how you and the fucking crew responded to me. And then I said, hey, maybe we should work together, boo. And you waved your hand off like, bitch, who the fuck is you? But at the end of the day, you didn't understand who I was, B. A real watchman, you see. Not none of these.
You see, she supported. They was all grinning, talking, and waved off like she's nobody. They did that to her, not knowing who she is. And that's why I'm looking forward to getting her on real soon. You know, she's not too familiar with the real stream for the most part. She said she got connected to the Restream and she's going to email me. Once she emails me, then I'm going to definitely connect with her on Facebook. You get what I'm saying? So once she emails me, and I know it's her because she's going to email me, we go from there. Anyway, let's continue.
These motherfuckers playing out in these secret societies, motherfucker. I'm talking about the real motherfucking deal. Like, the as real as it get, you see. And at the end of the day, I mean, everybody who play with you. I mean, them tarot readers, them psychics, B. I mean, you got women sprung all across the country, you see. Probably got HIV because you tell everybody that you don't have sex covered, you see. At the end of the day, I mean, I pray for those people. That's not the truth, B. But if you dealing with...
She just saying that he's dealing with people that have a track record of doing numerous things and to watch out and protect yourself from various things, which is true what she's saying, which is very true. All right, let's continue.
The new greasy, I mean, new ultra sleazy, you're going to have a new, situation done on you with the doctor, boo, because, you got to be safe. I'm not saying you're going through, but I'm just telling you, when you dealing with certain energies, it ain't got nothing to do with what they doing, boo. This is what this kind of energy do. And at the end of the day, when you dealing with a motherfucking low bottom feeding B, that came from absolutely nothing, you see. Hell, I think Tommy, whatever that boy name is, or whatever that one of them white boys came down here and did that expose on these coal mine cities that ain't worth shit, okay? And he was walking through Bluefield. You can look up on the internet and see. But I think I'm going to do my own expose. I mean,
she knows a lot of stuff because she's been involved in a lot of things. Meaning she knows what these people is about. She does her own investigation. And so she's saying things that a lot of people need to hear. Let's continue.
Let me see. Who know this nigga? I mean, this where you from? Well, you a celebrity. They should know you, big. Maybe we should, maybe a couple of us to get together and do this here spiritual investigation. I mean, in living color, you see. I mean, at the end of the day, what's the worst that people from where you from could say? I mean, you like exposing people, B. You like having sensational conversations over the internet about the things that other people go through as if you are the judge of who. But at the end of the day, now the world is looking at you. And the reason that they're doing it, boo, is because since, what was it? I don't know how long you've been on the internet, B, but I've been following you for a few years, you see. And since I've been following you, boo, I've been hearing you cast a lot of judgment, telling people what they're supposed to do, telling who.
Yeah, she's right about that. She's right about that. He has done that. And she said she's been watching him for a few years. So this is not somebody that just recently watched him. Let's continue.
Them who they should date and how they should be. I mean, you are part of the red machine. It makes sense, 50 out of 50 B. And you probably on their payroll, C, because
Yeah, obviously he's on their adventure payroll. That's a fact.
I got a lot of motherfucking that look like Hebrew Israelites that be driving past me. And you want to know one thing that's about down in this area, you see? None of that shit ain't here, B. We ain't got too much Muslims, you see. We ain't got none of that shit. There ain't no diversity, B. I mean, you got predominantly two ethnicities. In the small pockets you see that come in between, well, I live in a neighborhood where I'm the only person that look like me. And we got a couple that's mixed across the street. But then other than that, ain't nobody else brown, B. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that you have really stepped in, my man. I mean, this is like a minefield, my friend.
She already know what time it is. She already know what time it is, what's going to be transpiring with Nugrill.
Okay, listen, nigga. This motherfucker saying this shit too nice for me, see? My motherfucking name is Solomon the motherfucking King. And at the end of the day, you do a lot of talking out in these streets, you see? You don't know shit about the fucking Kings, B. You out here perpetrating a fraud, you see? You and your motherfucking criminals in disguise, B. I mean,
Exactly, them criminals in disguise. Yeah, they are criminals in disguise. And Brainwaves is going to talk about that real soon. Advice Topics LLC. Let's continue.
transforming who? What? Your wallets, B? I mean, pulling out the card at the ATM machine. I mean, I want to know, Decepticon, what con are you running right now? Because the new con that you do today is going to be the one that send you to jail, okay? Because at the end of the day, I mean, all of the technology, I mean, you just hold on to it, boo. I mean, guess who got the way to be able to see it through they call Homeland Security. And you know, I have a good friend. His name is Dr. BW, and that's for privacy and, you know, respect. But what I can say, and you can check, is that was the director for that, what is that, Homeland Security something, director, something, whatever. You can look it up.
I always say that a lot of these sisters have connections to certain people, and you think because they don't look the part or act the part in your perspective doesn't mean that you're right. So she's selling a lot of things within things. Let's continue.
But Obama is. Who the fuck did that job, B? Military strong, you see. And so I, you know, got a good reservoir, a good repertoire, no matter what I have presented to you, boo. Remember, I told you I was playing make believe with you. See, I'll make you believe anything to get to what I'm getting to. Because what I'm not gonna let no child do. It's 5150 here. At the end of the day, I will throw your ass away first, B, before I allow you to try to play a fucking game with me. I don't have that bottom bitch energy. And since you ain't never been around a bitch at the top like me.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? She's making it clear. Let's go.
I understand why this is a foreign energy. But at the end of the day, you cannot come into foreign territory, B, thinking you gonna be the motherfucking king, and you don't even know how to be the king over your own fucking dingaling, cause you got all these fucking kids out here, B. We living in knee-deep inflation, you see. And oh yeah, I forgot because you joined the Red Nation and they paying you, B. I mean, to gang stalk me, and that's why you got all of these crackheads, boo, anybody you can to, because now the resources is drying up on you because
The resources is drying up on him. That is correct. And now he's got these fascist people making sounds and alerts and try to get you off your square. She ain't lying about that. She peeping game. Let's continue.
the sorcery, B, so you can't afford to pay the psychics no more, B.
He can't afford to pay anybody, let alone what he's got going on. Let's continue.
They tired of your bullshit, so they spread your news all on Front Street. And the same way I know that when I just randomly, bro, clicked onto these few people over the internet, yo, a few years ago, and turns out somehow y'all was all connected when I did not know. But I was following before I knew B, before I ever commented, you see, before, and y'all people whose energy I've been watching B, because it was something familiar about it to me. And so when I go through life, see, I don't just look at the surface of anything. I understand people are doing things for a lot of reasons, you see. I never know what, active, session of make-believe somebody in, my friend.
Yeah, so she don't allow herself to get caught up in the whereabouts, and that's a great thing. She just go by the actionary and go from there. That's real talk. Let's continue.
Like I told you, but I have come out of double negatives, you see, and I mean, some of the scams that I have seen and witnessed, B. I mean, some of the ideas that a nefarious mind could come up with, B. I mean, I've been in some of the, what you call it, the most knowledgeable company. Professionals at what they do, boo. I mean, being bottom feeders like you. Scamming and scheming. Gimme gotcha niggas, you see. I mean, willing to do anything for $1, B. But when you get that new jail cell, you gonna feel like you in a new hell, like that one you keep on pulling up about the diddly B. I mean,
She's pointing out a lot of things, pointing out a lot of things about Nugrill and his entourage. Let's continue.
why do you talk about all of these worldly things? I mean, why are you so obsessed with things that are sexualized, B? I mean, I hope the new cheeks gonna be okay, cause for a long time your dumb ass gonna go away.
She called him new cheeks. Ah, let it be known. Let's go.
This government know exactly who I am. Had eyes on me since I was a child, my friend. And not just because of me, like I told you who my family is. So, when you got a radical in your family, B, especially at that time where you Intel Pro, what the Intel Co Pro, whatever the fuck they call Intel Pro. J. Edgar Hoover shit, B. And so I grew up with clicks on the line, you see. I grew up feeling like somebody was always watching me. So to be watched is not a problem, you see. I mean, I really wish that somebody was keeping a closer eye on me as I was coming up, you see, because I should not have ended up in the places that I found myself, you see. But what I'm not going to do is allow you to disparage who I am today based on decisions that I made while I was a child, okay? And that is what I'm telling you that the black women are saying to you, boo, that you are spewing this shit out of your mouth too, when at the end of the day, I mean, when it was really popping, okay, you wasn't really about nothing, B. You was just a fucking baby, B. At the end of the day, you was a decade late to really see life.
Basically, what she implying is that he thinks he knows everything, he's on top of everything, and he has no clue what he's talking about. And like to get his information dialect from the criminals he hang around. And she don't got time for that because she already know what time it is with these folks. And they thought they could get something out of her. That wasn't gonna happen. Let's continue.
before this perpetual poverty. See, you came knee deep, you see. I mean, you came at a time when it was like it felt real sweet, you see. It felt like everything was at peace, B, but it was all turbulent at the same time, you see. But back in the 80s, motherfucking kids, they had to go outside and play, so they wasn't watching the news all day. But every night, you see, with my family be, we had to sit down and watch the news because we had current events at school. And at the end, I had to have something to say, B, because I represented my family, you see. And if a teacher ever put me up in front of the class, I had to be able to handle myself professionally. So I can act like a jigaboo, do all the shit that you do. I mean, I could play the gambit, boo. I mean, at the end of the day, like I told you, all the moves already made, you see. I mean, the Queen's Gambit. Oh, that's one of my favorites, you see. But at the end of the day, like I told you, only 10,123 moves, B. I mean, like I told you, sound like 1123. Sound like the day that I was born, B. I mean, sound like the one that got another one inside, boo, that can chase them.
Basically, what she's saying is that he think he got women down pat. He thinks he got women down pat, and based on what she's saying, he doesn't have women down pat. He doesn't have life within life down pat. And also, she knows and aware of the guys she's around and put himself around tells a lot of their inexperience. Inexperience being around inexperience. The you what you saw, the mics, and the list goes on. All right, let's continue.
10,000. And guess what the mother 1, 2, 3 gonna do? Get in line with me. At the end of the day, see, I got that kind of God body power, B. At the end of the day, if at the least you see the chess moves is at 10,111, you see, well, let me just tell you how that also works out for me. It is the new beginning that I'm establishing, you see, taking the lead from the liar king. Okay, so here is the new reign of the new I am. And at the end of the day, it ain't you, my man. At the end of the day, it's the mother of the earth, you see, that her children are going to birth through, B. At the end of the day, and since you don't know how you get back into your mother's womb, B, sit your dumb ass down.
Yeah, yeah. He's not connected because his father is Edom, and he taught him to disrespect the daughter of Zion. His mother. He has an issue with ladies because he doesn't know how to correspond with ladies. He likes to spread out his seed and put them in trouble. He doesn't take care of the women he currently is with to the ones who he had children with. And see, a lot of these ladies wanted to see you do right. You didn't want to do right, and now it's being called out, and rightfully so. Let's continue.
And stop with all this tomfoolery. Stop acting like you the fucking teacher, B. School starts at 40. Bitch, you just turned that December the 11th last year, boo. I mean,
Actually, he is 38 years old. He's 38. He'll be 39 this year. I get what you're saying, though. In terms of the numbers, you 2 years before your time. So she's right about that. However, he doesn't act like it. So I get what she's talking about. All right, let's continue.
you ain't even finished your first year of school yet, you see. That's why you being made to look like a fool on the stage, B. That's why everybody's clowning you publicly, because you acting like a big man, B. Like you a upperclassman, you see. Like you the big kahuna, B. I mean, like the duke of the school, B. No, that would be motherfucking me.
She let it be known. She let it be known because he goes to these ladies and try to think he can get something and more something than what he could shoot for. And then when he gets called out, he wants to hide and tuck his tail and say the daughters of Zion is this and that. When he's the one who's acting shady and scammy.
You gotta understand, like I say, my man, like I love challenges, my friend. And at the end of the day, when I see a spiritual puzzle unfolding in front of me, I see somebody taking advantage of people in the spirit, be sexually molesting women while they sleep. And because they can't see what you are doing, B, you get to throw the rocks, hide your hands, B. But you tapping into divine feminines, B. playing games on the computer. You see, when you touch the screen, B, it gets very sensitive. You see, sometimes it can even feel like your phone is getting real heavy in your hand, B. That's them stealing your energy. That's them.
She's right about that. She's right about that.
Tapping directly into you, boo. I mean, they are spelling you with the scriptures that they use. They are spelling you. That's why when somebody said why he only used the same ones, B, because they have spells attached to them. I told you it's a spell book, B. I know you want it to be a religious thing, but at the end of the day, since God hates religion, I promise you, B, if it had anything to do with religion, well, that's what we would be telling you. But religion ain't gonna fucking serve you. And what they got you doing, I'm telling you, it's gonna curb you. You ain't gonna be able to go on with the great I am you see. You got
Curb means cursing yourself from your full potential. All right? We're going to do a part two to this. I'm not done with this. She's speaking a lot of gems. All right? So be ready for part two, pre recorded live, and I'm out.